So you let your party level up, and now they're going to want a multi-class in the game of Dungeons & Dragons. Well, here's a fun little multi-class build that I like to call the Speedster Rogue, where you take a heavily rogue build and you add Gloomstalker to it for some fun flavor and some cool things that you can get from those two class combinations. Now, normally a traditional Gloomstalker build would be a heavy ranger focus to get that dread ambusher multiple attack round, as well as the higher level Gloomstalker features, which are actually pretty good, with stapling some rogue on it for some sneak attack and some other things. We're going to do the reverse. We're going to create the scout that is going to go higher and levels and have your ranger Gloomstalker only go up to level 3. It's going to give you your new dread ambusher, which is 2d6 psychic damage, wisdom modifier number of times before you rest, as well as 10 extra movement speed, which is going to be crazy for this build, and you'll see why in a moment, as well as the ability to be invisible in darkness, as well as having dark vision, because I always suggest playing a halfling with this build, because a halfling running this fast is always really funny to me. And halflings don't have dark vision, so the umbral sight is going to be beneficial. Now, let's talk about the meat and potatoes of this build. With Scout, you're going to be taking a lot of feats that are going to give you movement speed. Things like the Speedy feat, things like the Squat Nimbleness feat from Xanathar's, if your DM allows legacy conversions. If not, fear not, you take Athlete, as well as to be able to have a climbing speed so that you can scamper up walls really easily, as well as the ability to jump up and go prone to avoid ranged attacks as a scout and be an absolute menace around the battlefield without losing a ton of movement speed. You're going to be taking this with the level 9 scout ability that gives you an extra 10 movement speed, and if you've been doing the math following along here, your halfling is going to have a base movement speed of 55, which is kind of hilarious when you think that normally monks only get that kind of movement speed. If your DM is very generous and they give you something like Boots of Speed because they're also chaotic and think that would be hilarious, you'd be running up to 110 movement speed with your bonus action Boots of Speed activation, meaning your triple dash will be up to 330 movement speed per turn with your bonus action dash, your action dash, and your regular movement, letting you pretty much cross an entire battlefield almost as fast as a dimension door. Now, what you're going to be doing with this is causing havoc and picking off any high priority, high value targets that you can get your daggers into with that much speed. Now, if anything closes on you, then you don't want it to. Scout has the really great ability to Scout Scamper, which is the skirmisher ability that it has, where if a creature ends its turn within 5 feet of you, you can use your movement speed and reaction to go half of it away. And if half of your movement speed is 55 feet, that's pretty funny. I'm Adapt. Follow me for more tips and tricks on how to play high-level Dungeons and Dragons.